Good day everyone and welcome to Z Videos. In today's video, we will be exploring the land down under and sharing some interesting facts about one of the world's most unique and diverse countries, Australia. From its stunning natural wonders to its fascinating cultural traditions, there's so much to discover about this amazing country. So, sit back, relax, and let's dive into some fun and exciting facts about Australia. 1. It's a country founded by delinquents. Did you know Australia was originally a British penal colony? In the late 1700s, British colonizers arrived in New South Wales, bringing with them delinquents meant to live in Australia as punishment. Jokes on them. In fact, Australia Day, which is celebrated on January 26, honors the first arrival of the prisoners to Port Jackson. Even the country's first police force was made up of the most well-behaved convicts. 2. The Great Barrier Reef is half the size of Texas. Okay, so you knew the Great Barrier Reef was big, but you probably didn't know it was roughly half the size of Texas. The world's largest coral reef system, spanning over 1,400 miles, can even be seen from space. If this reef is on your natural wonders bucket list, you'd better go soon. Climate change is the biggest threat to the reef. 3. Vegemite is banned in some Australian prisons. Australia's favorite condiment is actually banned in prisons in the state of Victoria to prevent inmates from brewing alcohol. Officials claim the dark brown paste, made from leftover brewer's yeast, can be used to make alcohol using the paste's high yeast content, although you need live yeast to make beer. In addition to the prison ban, it was rumored around 2006 that the US had banned Vegemite, even though this proved to be completely false. 4. There are more kangaroo and sheep than people. Australia is the most sparsely populated continent in the world, with approximately 24 million residents. But that's not it. There are twice the amount of kangaroo and 3 times the amount of sheep. To help curb the kangaroo population, eating kangaroo meat has become commonplace, while sheep are used for meat as well as their wool. 5. Melbourne was once the richest city in the world. When gold was discovered in Victoria around the 1850s, the capital of Melbourne was transformed from a small port town into the richest city in the world, and by the 1880s, Melbourne was christened Marvellous Melbourne. The region's gold rush history can still be seen Ballarat, home to Sovereign Hill, and in Melbourne's elegant Victorian architecture. Today, Melbourne is one of the world's most livable cities, famous for its coffee culture and abundant street art. 6. An Australian man invented the term selfie. In 2002, an Australian man named Nathan Hope coined the term selfie after he posted a photo of his busted lip online after a night out drinking. On an online forum, Hope said, "I had a hole about 1 centimeter long right through my bottom lip. And sorry about the focus, it was a selfie," thus coining the now famous term. Clearly, Hope was onto something. In 2013, Oxford Dictionaries named selfie its word of the year. 7. The Sydney Opera House was inspired by an orange. Add this to your Australia bucket list. It all started with an orange. Before the Sydney Opera House became one of the most recognizable structures of the 20th century, it was a dream of architect Bjorn Utzon. While many believe he was inspired by sailing yachts, Utzon was actually inspired to design the Opera House by peeling an orange and being left with the segments, all in similar shapes. Utzon's genius design allows for all the roof sails to create a perfect sphere, just like an orange. Talk about a sweet success. 8. Aboriginal culture is the oldest on Earth. Dating back some 50,000 years, the Aboriginals are considered the world's oldest civilization. Australia's Indigenous people now make up only 3% of the population, but traces of culture and tradition can still be seen in pockets of rural Australia. Uluru, formerly known as Ayers Rock, is believed to have been created by ancestral beings and is one of the most sacred places for the Aboriginal people. 9. Australia has more than 10,000 beaches. You could visit a different Australian beach every day for over 27 years and still not see them all. That's a lot of beaches. From Bondi Beach in Sydney to Cat's Eye Beach on Hamilton Island, Australia has a beach for every kind of taste and traveler. 10. Tasmania has the world's cleanest air. Tasmania, an island state 150 miles off the coast of Australia, may be famous for its Tasmanian devils, but it also has the world's cleanest air. Go ahead, take a deep breath of cool, crisp air and explore the island's many beautiful places, from Freycinet National Park to Cradle Mountain. 11. One Australian city has the largest Greek population in the world. Outside of Athens, more Greeks reside in Melbourne than in any other metropolis. Unsurprisingly, there are plenty of excellent Aegean-influenced restaurants in Melbourne that reflect this. According to the 2016 Australian census, Melbourne's Greek-Australian population was recorded as 93,743. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more videos. 12. We have the Aussies to thank for the 8-hour workday. Or we would, if we, like so many other European countries, had adopted it. Australian stonemasons in 1856 successfully campaigned for a cap on working hours, a world first, that subsequently spread across the world. Finland took on the so-called 8-hour day policy in 1907, Germany and Poland in 1918, and the UK, never. Maximum working hours in the UK are currently set to 48 hours a week, equating to 9.6 hours a day, and we're working more, not less, these days compared to other European nations. 13. Australia is the only continent without an active volcano. While it hosts no active volcanoes, it is home to one of the world's largest extinct ones, the Tweed volcano, located in northeastern New South Wales and thought to have been dormant for about 20 million years. Why no lava action these days? Due to its position in the middle of the Indo-Australian plate, mainland Australia doesn't lie over any major geological faults. Some of its external territories, Heard Island being one, does, however, and its volcanoes are active. 14. They use classical music to fight crime. In 2013, Knox Police in Victoria came up with a novel way to deter yobs from loitering near shopping centres at night by blasting the likes of Beethoven and Bach from speakers, music not generally to the taste of teenagers. According to the Herald Sun, it actually worked. 15. Swimming in the sea used to be illegal. Between the years of 1838 and 1902, swimming at public beaches in Sydney and other parts of New South Wales was illegal during daylight, for reasons of morality. This was before swimwear for women had entered the mainstream, and with a lack of separate sex-changing areas, the exposure of female flesh was deemed too much of an insurmountable problem. Head down to Bondi Beach today and you'll find no such concerns. 16. Saudi Arabia imports camels from Australia. Saudi Arabia doesn't have enough camels, and Australia has too many. The desert-dwelling mammals were first introduced during the 19th century as a form of transport, multiplied in admirable numbers. At their peak, there were more than 1 million of them, and ultimately became a pest to farmers. Australians now cull their free-ranging camels or ship them off to Saudi Arabia, where they meet a similar fate, slaughter, in the latter case for meat. 17. Australia also sends sand to the Middle East, which might seem strange given Saudi Arabia's desert setting, but a particular variety of garnet, plentiful in Australia, is good for sandblasting and pressure cleaning and is thus exported in large volumes to the Arab nation. 18. There's lots of snow, too. The area of Australia that is covered by snow in winter is larger than the area of Switzerland. Situated in the southeastern region, spanning the states of New South Wales, the Australian Capital Territory and Victoria, the Australian Alps make up the highest mountain range in the country. 19. Emus can't walk backwards. Neither can kangaroos, of which there are more than 60 varieties, who don't walk at all, but rather hop. It's one of the reasons both these Australian endemic species appear on the national coat of arms, to express a sentiment of always moving forward, never back. 20. Australia hosted one of history's most astonishing plane crashes. In 1940, two small planes from the Royal Australian Air Force collided midair over Brocklesby, New South Wales. Rather than crash and fall from the sky, they interlocked and landed together safely. When the two Avro Ansons struck one another, one lost its engines but managed to control itself and the plane mangled beneath it using the aircraft's ailerons and flaps. Remarkably, all four pilots survived the emergency landing. 21. Football's greatest victory was won on Australian soil. The record for the largest ever victory in an international football match was snagged in 2002 during the FIFA World Cup qualifier game between Australia and American Samoa. Australia beat their rivals by a staggering 31-0. And that's a wrap on our video about interesting facts about Australia. We hope you enjoyed learning about some of the amazing things that make this country so special. Don't forget to like and subscribe to Z Videos for more informative and entertaining content. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.